Merry meets everyone. I'm going to be doing the High Priestess tutorial for this week. And I've gathered the 3 cards that I usually use for the tutorial. I'm going to be using the Lo Scarabeo Tarot, which is the High Priestess from that deck. Okay, as you can see, there's a moon in the back with this deck, and the colors are pretty much blue and white. Okay, very intuitive colors. And the next one is the Mystic Dreamer Tarot deck. Okay, I'm going to be using that deck. And the last is the Lewin deck. Okay, so let's begin with the numbers. Okay, the High Priestess, the number is number 2. And number 2 is the number of formation, duality, balance between two things, relationships, two objects, ideas or persons, balancing two situations out. Again, ideas and persons. A fork in the road, okay, is another indication of number 2, when you get a number 2 in a reading, especially if you get numerous number 2s. And the High Priestess is counted as a number 2, just like a 2 of Cups, just like a 2 of Wands, etc. The next one is basically what I want to continue looking at is the 2s also could be conflict. It could also mean a partnership. It could also mean a dilemma or needing to make a choice of some sort. When you get a lot of 2s in a reading, I just got a lot of 2s in my personal reading, and it means that you need to make a decision, okay, about something, about a choice. Often the decision requires cooperation, teamwork, patience, balancing, and looking at many things. Okay, the 2 also represents yin energy, which promotes cooperation, partnership, friendship, and receptivity. Yin energy, okay, it refers to females, to women, prominently, okay, and whatever you're looking at, if you're asking about something or if you're just getting it in your reading, that the 2 represents a woman, okay, a female in your life, or it could be you, and that's what it looks like. This is a time of waiting for things to be planted, and during this period, let it grow, okay? So, if you're in a year of 2, it's a year of waiting for things to pan out, kind of slow, you know, things are slow, and that is what 2s mean. So when you get too many 2s as well, things could be a little bit slow in certain things, in certain areas in your life, and it's a matter of time, okay? So we discussed number 2, which is the first angle I like to look at when I am reading the notes that I have for the High Priestess. The next angle I want to look at is the planet that rules the High Priestess. And the planet that rules it is definitely the moon. And the moon, we know in Wicca that it is the mother goddess, okay? The moon represents the mother goddess, represents the sign of Cancer, which Cancer then represents home and family. So when this card comes out, there are many changes that need to occur. There are many changes that are occurring in your life, and it's also going to be a change in cycles. So things are evolving in cycles. It's not just going to be one thing and it's done. It's basically in cycles that things are moving, okay? And you got to just wait for the process, like a puzzle, putting a puzzle together. And also, I don't have the Rider-Waite, but the traditional Rider-Waite, there's a crescent moon in the bottom of her feet. And the crescent moon means perpetual change and evolution. Also, waxing full moon and waning moon. Okay, so there are 3 cycles that we know of the moon. You know, there is the waning moon, the full moon, and the waxing moon. And there's also the new moon as well. So it also means fertility and new growth to new things, okay? In front of her, there is a scroll, okay, which she carries. And here you could see the scroll. Okay, I don't know if you can see it in this, in this card. I could see it clearly here. But the scroll means powerful truths, okay, revelations. Means also the book of life, and the book of life is, the Torah, which is the Hebrew book of law. Okay, so there is truth that she has in her hand, that she's carrying in her hand, and you're going to find out about things when this card comes up, things that you didn't know before. Okay, also there's something that she's hiding too, because there's only one portion of the scroll that you're able to see. In this deck, she has an apple, and the apple has always been very, very characterized as the forbidden, okay, or things that you don't know, or things that are occult. So definitely there are truths that are not revealed. So you're going to find out about things, but at the same token, there are things that are going to remain in the obscure. Okay. She also has a solar cross. Now, in none of these cards that I have, decks, I have that part, but that's in the Rider-Waite. And the Rider-Waite the High Priestess has a solar cross, which represents balance and protection. Okay, so it also represents protection in your life from any negativity that might be going on. The High Priestess is also very characterized by the goddess of the witches, which is Ceridine, and this is the deck that you could see her, and the Lewin deck, okay? And Ceridine, I hope I pronounced that correctly, is the goddess of the witches, maiden and crone of ancient myths, which are two sides together. And she is between two worlds, okay, and that's what the High Priestess represents, being between two worlds, okay, from the other world and the present. So it's a combination of two things. That's why it's number 2. Now, I'm going to go into the traditional, into the meaning of the card itself. And the meaning of the card itself is secrets, mysteries, the unrevealed future, silence, wisdom. It also represents learning about something that you didn't know about, finding out about things that kind of were hidden from you. It also represents messages from your dreams, receiving messages from your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams when this card comes up, because there could be occult wisdom that you're not aware of, and you're going to find out about something that could be kind of that obscure, and the angels, celestial beings are trying to communicate with you through maybe a dream, or maybe something else that they're trying to kind of, like, in any, not just through dreams, but in other ways, you get messages. So it's basically saying that you're going to find out about something, and that the spiritual guides are trying to communicate with you, and might communicate with you through a dream. It also represents celestial mother, the mother goddess. Okay, and when this card comes up, she's trying to communicate with you. She's trying to connect with you, and it could be that you maybe are not in that kind of alignment with her, and she's trying to kind of align with you and connect with you. So it will be a good time for you to connect when this card comes up. I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to do part 2 so I could continue the tutorial. Hope you're enjoying it so far.